We got a lot going on. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, people? How you doing? We good. You good. I'm good. We good. Everything's beautiful, man. Everything is beautiful. How you doing? I'm your host, Tim Black. Welcome to Brutally Honest. We got a little music thing going on, compliments. So somebody made a suggestion to me. I think it was my man, Dark Rizzo. My man, Mike. He said, Tim, add some music, add some flavor. I'm just hoping it's not too much flavor. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, go too hype. But tonight's going to be a good night because, first of all, because you're here and I'm here, we here together. So we're going to have a good time, no doubt. You know what? The subject matter is just a backdrop for us to have a communication, a dialogue, right? It don't matter what the story is. As long as we're exchanging ideas and I'm keeping it real with you and we got some comedy mixed into it because, we got to bring the funny. That's the trademark. So tonight we got topics. Jared. Jared keeping it fresh and filthy. Filthy fresh, right? Jared Fogle. We got Josh Duggar. Hypocrite extraordinaire. We have a cheerleader for the Ravens, an ex-cheerleader of the Ravens. She molested a 15-year-old and was sentenced. We're going to talk about that. We have the 10 most hated stars, right? 10 most hated stars in the United States. There's a list. I want to talk about that. I think that's it. Jared, cheerleaders, most hated, Josh Duggar. That's a lot. And then we open phone lines. And then we hear what you want to talk about. Now, you can comment on the stories, or you can comment on some things that's been on your head, some new stuff that you got on your mind, some news stories that maybe I haven't touched on, or just whatever, all right? And say what's up. Last week, I know you guys heard about D's Nuts, right? No, I ain't joking. I'm serious. You heard about this D's Nuts, the politician, which really is a kid somewhere in some farm kid who somehow was trending on Twitter. It was sort of like running for the presidential nomination on the Republican side. And it's kind of funny because somebody called in the show last week. It said, I was like, hello. They was like, who? I was like, who is it? It was like, These Nuts. And that's like a running joke, but it's just kind of funny. Maybe that guy who called was actually the fake politician that's running in the Republican trying to get the nomination. I know it's unlikely. I'm just saying it's possible, right? I don't know why I threw that in there. Yeah. But I don't know, man. We had a good show last week. We talked about politics, what have you. This week is going to be a nice departure. But before we get kicked off, because I'm going to get started with my man, Jared. I want to let you guys know, man, a little bit of reason why I'm doing this thing, man. Look, I'm dead serious about what I'm doing here. Right? I'm dead serious about it. My goal is to tell the truth every time out, right? I do my best to convey that, to make sure that you know, that you feel me, that you can relate to what I'm saying. I want to speak for you. I want to be a bullhorn for issues. I want to be entertaining. I want to be fun. I want to be lively. But underneath it all, it's got to be truth in it, right? I want to be the guy that says, hey, you know what? This ain't right. And then be like a social critic, be able to condemn it, call it out, label it, keep it real, and have you going, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying, because I don't think we have enough of that. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is that I've always been a person, I've done some public speaking when I was coming up and I was a kid, right? And I've had the opportunity to write a little bit for a couple small newspapers as I was coming up. But then I got caught up in the corporate world. And I believed that the corporate world was what was going to help me provide for my family. I got sidetracked, y'all. I thought stability. I worked for companies like Verizon. I worked for Pitney Bowes at one point. PRC, which is a contractor to the government. Most recently, I left Lockheed Martin. Then I went and worked for another private company and made good money. But I was never doing what I really wanted to do, which was write, which was speak, which was use my talents. So I was slaving away in the IT field. And I started doing YouTube. Right? I started doing YouTube. And then when some things didn't go the way I wanted them to go in the IT field, I was already doing this. And I said, you know what? This is my opportunity to do something that I've always wanted to do. This is my chance to chase my dreams, you know? And I might not ever get that chance again. At the time, I was almost 40, and people told me it was too late. You know, I have children, I have responsibilities, I have a family. So I took a leap of faith, y'all, and I'm just gonna keep on leaping. I'm just gonna keep on running. I don't have it all figured out, but I learned some things along the way. I'm gonna speak truth every time out. And like I said, I'm gonna make you laugh, I'm gonna make you think, I'm gonna make you shout, I'm gonna make you punch the computer and be like, yeah, you tell them, Tim Black. That's what I want to do. I want a reaction from you. And if I can highlight some issues that are important to us, then I've done my job. Sorry, y'all. All right, so that's what Tim Black's doing, man. That's my backstory, at least some of it, right? When you spread the word about my channel, you're helping me fulfill my dream, man. Hopefully you're doing it because you love the content, you love what I'm doing, you agree with me more than you disagree with me. But just know I'm authentic. And I won't trade that for anything. All right? So if you can't donate to my channel, that's okay. I understand. I don't have money to donate to your channel right now. You know? But if you would make it your job to spread the word about my channel and share it with your friends, share it with your coworkers, share it with everybody you know, you just don't realize how important that would be to me. So anyway, Jared Fogle, that guy's creepy, right? He's creepy, but he's worse than creepy, man. This guy, everyone wanted to believe, including me, I wanted to believe he was going to come back clean, right? I wanted him to come back clean. I wanted Jared Fogle to be vindicated, right? I didn't want him to be guilty. See, that's the thing. People get it twisted. I don't want people to fall. Unless they're like Justin Bieber, you know? And there's some people I want to fall. But Jared Fogle was not one of those people I wanted to fall. I didn't want him to fall, okay? But he failed. And it had nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with you, it has to do with choices he made. Jared Fogle did not rape anyone, okay? But what he did when he purchases or watches kitty porn, he contributes to children being exploited. As a father, I got a problem with that. I don't care if you're the one making the child porn or you just the guy who watched it. All right? Maybe a little bit too loud. So that's how I come up on Jared Fogle. He's a dirty, perverted scumbag. Now, somebody wanted me to mention this, and I'm going to mention it, that just because a person has urges doesn't mean they act on them, okay? So to just say he's a pedophile and say we need to take all pedophiles and put them on a boat and put them on an island and blow up the island, okay. That may be a little extreme. Let me clarify. If you act on those urges, you need to be separated from society. I don't care who you are. It's like you're the infected. Right? The infected. Like the zombies, yeah, like Walking Dead. When you get infected, right? What do they do to you? They kill you. Now. The governor, if you guys remember, The Walking Dead, the governor, he wouldn't kill his daughter, but she was infected. So what did he do? He put her, he locked her away in this dungeon or something, right? He kept her because he couldn't kill her because he loved his daughter. But he put her ass away, didn't he? He had her chained up and he would feed her. Well, okay. I understand the concept. That's the same way I see pedophiles. Now, I know you say, Tim, but that's not fair. That's not nice. You know what? It's not nice when children get raped. Right? In D.C., there was a rabbi. I did this story on my D.C. channel, and I've really neglected that channel because I bite off too much more than I can chew. There's a rabbi in D.C. who was taking pictures, had a camera set up in the women's washroom in the whatever, I guess what they call it. I don't know. It's a Jewish monastery? No, not a monastery. I don't know what it's called. But the place they go, like a cathedral, it's like a church, but it's bigger than that. It's like you go in, they got showers, it's huge. Well, this rabbi had put cameras up to watch women bathe. This has been going on for years. They finally caught him and they sentenced him. Big rabbi in D.C. If you're from D.C., the DMV, you know what I'm talking about. You probably heard of the story. So I want him locked up, and I want the guys who would do that to children. There's people doing that to children. The pictures that Jared Fogle had, some of them were of children in the video, were some of children filmed not even knowing it. Yes, folks, there's some sick bastards out here, and Jared Fogle is one of them. Now, the thing that got him hemmed up was sex with an underage girl that he paid for. Prostitution, I have a different view on that. But this was a prostitute who was underage. Okay? Now, if you tell me that Jared Fogle didn't know that she was underage, I'd feel differently. But what was so damning and incriminating about Jared Fogle's dirty, nasty self, right, is that he told her to get him some more girls. Said, hey, if you get me some more girls, I'll pay you, right? But the younger, the better. And the girl he was with was 17. So he's telling her, give me some 15s and 14s and 12s and 11s. You know, I don't even feel right saying it. Right? Some jokes are not funny. I'm not trying to be funny. Right? So to the person who said, Tim, there are people who are pedophiles who never act on their pedophilia, on their urges. They fight their whole lives. They live miserable lives of fighting who they are for the better of society and to keep out of jail. Okay, you're right. And I applaud you. We all have things that we have to fight. My thing is cigarettes. I can't smoke cigarettes. I can't play around with cigarettes. If you watch the show, you know I've talked about it. I gave them up, okay? And I know you can't equate it. But hey, man, that's just the draw, man. But see, I smoked a cigarette. That's what got me addicted, was smoking. Now, whatever got that pedophile addicted, don't just tell me it was urges. Something happened. And see, I have to be concerned with victims, man. I ain't concerned with the guy who's suffering from the ailment. Just walk it off, man. I'm sorry. I want to care. I just can't. I have to care more about the victims than I can care for the guy who's going to create victims. So just like the governor put the child in the cellar, that's what I got to do with him, man. Or either, you know my other solution? Put them on the boat. Drive the boat to an island. Take them off the boat. Dig a big ass hole. Put their monkey ass in the hole. Cover up the hole. Get back on your boat. Go home. No Wi-Fi connection. You know what? They can have Wi-Fi. You know what? You don't got to. You know what? You don't have to cover up the hole. Just put them on the island and go. How about that? Because the purpose is to keep them separated from my kids. Keep them separated from my 6-year-old. Keep them separated from my 17-year-old. Keep them separated from me. Because I might have to kill them. I don't want to have to kill nobody. I don't want to have to kill a pedophile. Why you want me to kill him? The ship is a better way to go. Believe me, the ship is a better way to go. All right? So that was the first thing, man. And I understand it, man. You know people personally. Now look, contrast this. Someone wrote me and they said, Tim, thank you so much. I will not say their name, but I'm thinking about you. You know who you are. They said, thank you so much, Tim, for doing that story. I was molested. Thank you for talking about it. I struggle with that. That person who wrote me knows who they are. And that's why I feel so strongly about how I feel about this. I feel strongly about how I feel. Right. I don't back down on that, man. All right. I grew up. My mom took in foster kids, and some of the kids had been abused that we met. They were screwed up, man, because of pedophiles who violated them. Jared Fogle don't get a pass, man. He pled guilty. He's getting 5 to 12 years, right? They haven't come up with that yet, right? He pled guilty. The sentencing has not happened. 5 to 12 years to avoid a court trial, a lengthy court proceeding where he could get more time. This was his plea bargain, all right? And he's also going to have 5 years probation. He's going to have to pay restitution to the tune of $1.4 million, $100,000 per victim or per person they had porn on or whatever. He wasn't alone. There was the other guy, Russell Taylor. Yeah. All right. So that's it, man. I don't want to talk about him no more, man. All right. Let me get off him. All right. Lock his ass up. Lock him up. Lock him up. All right. Let me jump to something else real quick, man. 10 most hated pop stars, 10 most hated celebrities of 2015. There's this I guess you could say a magazine, maybe it's an organization, I don't know. They do this thing called a QSCore. Quality score, I don't know, right? And they rate hated celebrities, like celebrities that the public can't stand for whatever reason. And I guess what they do is they look at all the publicity, right? All the negative publicity that they get, all the negative swarming around them, like the cloud, like Pigpen on Charlie Brown. He'd walk around and he had that cloud, the cloud with flies and shit. Everywhere Pigpen went, there'd be an odor just floating around Pigpen. Well, that's what these celebrities have. They have a cloud of hate floating around them, just buzzing and shit, right? So let me run down for you the top 10 or the 10 bottom, 10 bottom, right? The 10 worst or most hated celebrities of 2015 based on the QSCore, right? You're going to dig this. Yes, I'm still fighting that cold, so my voice is, I'm baritoning like a mug. Good night, good night. Number 10, Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes from Real Ratchet Broads from, I don't know. I do not watch that show, but I know her. Big moose face Nene Leakes. She's not an Amazon. She's a Mastradamus. She a big broad. They call her Foots. Nickname Cleophas. Big Nene. I don't know how she became a star, man. Why did y'all make her a star to begin with? You know what I mean? I don't know what was interesting about her. You know, she just was ratchet. And she, you know, that's what it is. She's just ratchet. All right. Number 10, Nene Leakes. Number 9, Paula Deen. Paula Deen, number 9, most hated. Now, I thought Paula Deen had kind of cleaned up her act. I can't believe I didn't know she was still being hated on. It's been so long. I want the little pickaninnies to be able to put the bow ties on. No, let me do it right. I want the little niggers to put on the little bow ties and serve the food. Oh no, I wouldn't like that at all. That's her. They didn't like her ass now after that. You know, there were a lot of people that stuck up for Paula Deen. And now, when I first started doing this, I was a little bit more sensitive. Now I've become desensitized. You know what I mean? I don't feel that what Paula Deen was that bad. Now, let me put it this way. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying I would support her or subscribe to her or buy her shows, but I don't think she should lose her job because she's a redneck or because she's racist. That's not enough. Now, there was allegations that Paula Deen was treating people badly that worked for her that were black. Now that's different. Now you can lose your shit for that, but you shouldn't lose your livelihood because you're an asshole. You're an ignorant asshole. I don't think we should take away how you make a living. But let's keep it real. Paula Deen was never really hurting, man. And this score don't hurt her because she's a business person. She's not a worker like you or I. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Feel me? She owns businesses, which I'm trying to do, but you feel what I'm saying, right? Like you can't fire her. You could just not hire her because she owns businesses. You know what I'm saying? All right. Number 8, Miley Cyrus. Why people don't like Miley Cyrus, man? Another person I don't pay much attention to. I just don't. I don't have that much bandwidth for this little skinny girl, this little boy. I don't have time for her. I like women with ass, breasts, hips, thighs. You know, I like, you know, don't get me wrong. I don't mean no big woman. I don't want a big girl. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. If you do, that's what you like, bro. I understand you like that. I'm saying I don't want no big girl. You know what I'm saying? Have a little weight on you, but no big girl. I don't like Miley. Miley has nothing. Nothing. What's this? Looking like she ain't Kiss. What is this? I'm not attracted to it, but I don't hate her for it. Maybe it's all those people like Mark Dice and, you know, Alex Jones that act as if she's like the spawn of the devil, or she's Illuminati or something. People actually believe that she's destroying America by twerking. I don't get it, man. Number 7, Judy Reyes. I don't know her. Okay. Number 6, you're not gonna believe this. Number 6, most hated celebrity in 2015 right now, based on QSCore, RG3. RG3, hold this L, buddy. Hold that L. Hold on. RG3. How the hell RG3 most hated, man? What did he do? Except lose ball games and get hurt all the damn time. He hurt again. But he's the most hated? You feel what I'm saying? He's hated. He up there with Paula Deen. He's more hated than Paula Deen. He more hated than ratchet ass Nene. Bobby Griffin. And all he did is say wrong things like, I think I'm the greatest quarterback in the league. You can think it, Robert, but when you suck as bad as you do, you can't say it. You can think it to feel good, to motivate yourself. But please don't say that shit out loud. He said it out loud. Say it, man. Say it. People were calling him unbreakable. You know that movie with Samuel L. Jackson? Everything you did to him, you touch him like this, and his arm would break. You just, hey, man, what's up? Hey, man. Oh, his arm would just, shoulder would just shatter. That's what they called him. They called him Sticks and Stones. Say he don't got a glass chin, he got a glass body. Number 5, Adrian Peterson. AP. He the one who beat his child with a switch. Didn't put him in a coma, right? Didn't have to go to the hospital. Didn't need stitches. Beat his child with a switch. They made him number 5 on the most hated list. So I'm saying we don't know what we want to do. Number 4, Robin Thicke. Robin Thicke, most hated. Listen to this, guys. Most hated. Hate is a strong word. Robin Thicke, all he did was cheat on his wife. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's wrong, right? But come on, man. Come on, man. Most hated. Now, it was that little thing about stealing music from Marvin Gaye, but he didn't even produce the song. He just sang on it. Pharrell did the music. He the producer. Why didn't he get as much hate as Robin Thicke? That's because Pharrell looked like a little kid with a big-ass hat on his head. That's what that was. That's what it is. Conspiracy. Number 3, Dr. Oz. They hate Dr. Oz. Why do they hate Dr. Oz? What did he do? I don't watch enough of Dr. Oz to know. Is he on the take? I did see something about him giving advice, didn't disclose something, right? Something like that. Is it something like that? Something shady he did? Credit dude, huh? Here we go. We're getting down to it. Number 2, Ariana Grande. That's why I wanted to do it. Ariana Grande. Number 2, hated celebrity of 2015. They hate her. I did a video on her, and her people were sticking up for her like hell. Oh, they were coming through, man. When I did a video on her and Kim Kardashian, I get all this traffic. All these people coming, hating, just thumb is down, thumb down, thumb down, thumb down. But you know, she is a spoiled brat. She licked on them damn donuts, and people don't want to forget about that. They detest her. Now, her fans who are like 12-year-old little girls who haven't hit puberty yet, they love her. Because they say, because she looks like they're going to look, at 22, she looks like they look now at 12. So they can relate to her. She's little like me. She's flat-chested like me. You know, she's a grown woman, and she acts like a little kid, a spoiled brat, licking on them damn donuts. Don't lick no donuts you ain't buying. Now, guys, number 1 is easy. It ain't nothing. It's none other than Bill Cosby. Why you gonna say that about Bill? They ain't never catch him doing nothing. He ain't admit to doing nothing. Bill didn't rape them women. Them women wanted him. Bill was a black man in the 60s. How you gonna say a black man in the 50s was the 60s was so powerful you couldn't bring him up on rape charges? Good point. Good point. Good points. But you know what? Bill did some of that shit. You heard what I said? You heard what I said, right? He did some of it. See, you can't defend it, man. He did some of it. I know he did. Look, I don't know he did. I think he did. I got a feeling he did. See what I'm saying? He's the number 1 most hated celebrity. He earned that spot, boy. Oh, he earned it. He put his shoulder. He leaned in on that. He put some stink on it. He earned it. He ran away with the title of most hated. Oh, yeah. You see, you have to put the stuff in the drink if you want to see the pink. You have to be able to put the woman into a stupor. That was a horrible, horrible impersonation. But you know what I'm saying, right? I think he earned his position, guys. I think it's not a miracle that he ran away with that thing. This is an open and shut case of Bill Cosby. Let me back up, man. Let me back up real quick. I think Dr. Oz. Nah. See, from what I understand, let me back up. I think Dr. Oz, what he did, I think it was horrible. Because if you have such an influence, because there are a lot of people who don't work during the day, who are older people, who are retired or whatever, who are always thinking about their health. And they watch that guy religiously. I'll tell you this, I think he damaged his brand irreparably. You feel me? Bill Cosby's in another round. Take him off. Let's pretend he's not in the list. He's just gone. He's going to be number 1 for the next 10 years probably. But I'm saying, I don't think there's anyone that's worse than Bill Cosby based on the publicity. No one's had a worse year, right? Come on. But Dr. Oz, if it's what they say is true, that he was recommending things to his viewers based on money he was receiving, not based on quality of medicine. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, so it's alleged. Don't get me sued, please. Let me say that, okay? But if that's what he did, that is low life. No one has paid me anything to talk about anything. Anything I talk to you guys about, if I do get paid to talk about it, I'll tell you. Things I talk about are just things I do or things that's going on, things I like or, whatever, I genuinely like something for me to talk about it. When I shout people out, sometimes I shout people out just because they ask me to shout them out. And sometimes I shout them out because I really love this stuff, okay? Some people I shout out, I don't check to see everything about them. I'm not into that. I don't feel like I should have to do that, right? If you find out something about somebody I shout out, don't come to me like, Tim, what you doing shouting about? Oh, which brings up a good point, guys. Before I move on to my next story, it brings up a good point, which is the cheerleader, Ravens cheerleader I want to talk about. I did a video for Star, right? Star is a major, I'd say he's a major personality in the online community when it comes to hip hop and opinions about pop culture, things of that nature. He's on a channel, he appears on a channel often called Vlad TV. Y'all know Star, right? Okay. You guys who don't know Star, look up Vlad TV. When you go to Vlad TV, look up Star. Star also has his own channel, Troy Torian, and he has Shot 97, okay? I was on the Shot 97 channel, right? Because Star always says, hey, if you want to put content on my channel, holla. So I hollered, and I did. Okay. Somebody said something to me about being on Star's channel. They're like, Tim, you're on Star's channel. Why would you do that? I'm like, what? Do what? You on Star's channel. You know what he said about such and such. I don't even remember who it was or what it was. I was like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, well, he said such and such. Oh, it was about Sandra Bland. That's what it was. Star, according to this person, Star said, F Sandra Bland. F her. Now, y'all know Sandra Bland is the woman who we still don't know how she died. They say she died via suicide, and the family says they don't think she was suicidal. You know, that's the one the story was swirling for about. It's still swirling somewhat, right? But okay. And evidently, Star said, I'm tired of hearing about her. F her. And the segment or group of people online are very pissed at Star. I didn't know anything about it, okay? And this is my point, guys. You can't hold me accountable for stuff people say who aren't me. I'm only accountable for stuff I say, right? You can't hold me to that standard. I don't have time to watch Star's all his videos. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that type of time. You think I'm doing? Running around watching all his videos? And even if I disagree with him on one thing, doesn't mean I disagree with him on everything. I don't know the context of what he said. I don't know why he said it. I don't know if he was joking. I know nothing. But you're going to say, people going to be mad at you because you were on Star's channel after what he said. I can't believe you went on it. I'm like, dude, I don't know what he said. So look, we're going to make a deal. I won't BS you. You don't BS me. I don't hold you accountable for people that you may know or work with or people you never met that you may have dealt with online or do some business with or whatever. I won't hold you accountable for everything they've ever said out their mouth. And I would like you to extend me the same courtesy because you know what? It's hard enough being accountable for your own stuff. When you put out as much content as I do, I got almost 700 videos out there. You know how hard it is for somebody, they hit me with something I put out 18 months ago because I've been doing this 2 years now. 18 months ago, I said something about an issue. That's how I felt at the time. People act like I'm not allowed to change my opinion. People act like I have to still have the same beliefs I had back 18 months ago. And they will go in on me based on what I said back in 2013 about an isolated event. And they will extrapolate that shit to what's happening now. So look, that's bad enough that I got to defend myself on that. Please don't ask me to defend myself on what somebody else says. Thank you, and I appreciate it. All right, moving on. We got this cheerleader, right? And now this right here pissed me off, guys. This is former cheerleader for the Baltimore Ravens. Let me get to it. Oh, my bad. Let me get to it, man. Real quick. Come on now. Real quick. Pull it up. Pull it up, Tim Crawford. Take that out. Oh, come on. This is not it. Was it? Maybe it's my other app. I got 2 apps for it. So maybe it's in the other app. Maybe it's in the other app. 1 second, y'all. Hey, that's what it was. It was in Safari. All right, y'all, check it out. You'll never find a bitch slap like mine. Someone who'll slap the shit out of you like I do. And I'm not bragging on myself, baby. But there's no how, no maybe. You gonna miss my bitch slap. Y'all need to go watch my Subway bitch slap video. That was a very good video. It did a lot of work for me. People are still subscribing based on that video. I'm gonna link it up right over here. Over here. Ex-Ravens cheerleader sentenced for rape of 15-year-old boy. There's this woman named Slap Me. I wrote her name down. Her name, because Molly Shatuka. Molly, Nasty Molly. Papa Molly and Pop upside the head. Her name is Molly. Now, Molly was a good-looking woman. Now, I don't know how good look. I don't know what she looked like now. These are pictures. They have pictures here of her as a Ravens cheerleader. She's a blonde. She's cute. Check it out. Ex-Baltimore Ravens cheerleader pled guilty in June to having sex with an underage boy, has been sentenced to 48 weeks in jail. All right. Molly Shattuck must spend every other weekend in a Delaware work release detention center for nearly 2 years. A judge decided in sentencing her for having raped a 15-year-old boy in Bethany Beach last summer. Did you hear what I just said? Now, I know I read it, and I hate when people do that. Look, if you are so lazy that you think you're going to be successful on YouTube by just reading stuff, you suck, you will not. Okay? That's my tip to you. But I want to make sure I get it right. You understand? She was sentenced to 48. No. Must spend every other weekend in Delaware work release detention for nearly 2 years, okay? She is 48, all right? She's 48 years old. For 2 years, every other weekend for rape. Do you see anything wrong with that? No, she won't be in jail for 2 years. She has to come to jail every other weekend for the next 2 years. Dude, that's not a slap on the wrist. That's not a tap on the wrist. That's a handshake and a slap on the ass and a kiss on the cheek and holler at me backstage. Come on, guys, talk to me, man. Talk to me, fellas. This is a double standard like hell. Listen, there is nothing on the books that says when a woman about the sex of the perpetrator when it comes to rape. She pled guilty to raping a child. A 15-year-old boy. Now, I know, I know it's guys out there who, young guys, right? Teenagers out there that say, please rape me, please. I'm so horny. Please rape me, please. I know you out there, and you think that's a good thing. Let me break this down for you so you understand. My son is 17. I would press charges if a 48-year-old woman had sex with him. You want to know why? Because the things that 48-year-old woman can do to him, just mentally, that he is unprepared for, can have him in knots for years and screw up his life. See, you may not know this, so let me educate you. A woman who really knows what she's doing, a manipulative woman, and let's admit it, a woman who would sleep with a young boy like that wants to sleep with him because she wants to manipulate him, okay? She decided she can't sleep with guys her age, so now she got to sleep with young boys so she can get what she wants from them, right? And don't have any complications and have it the way she wanted. Like, you always get your way, and da-da-da-da-da-da, right? That's why she did it. Let's keep it real, okay? So, I would not want, and I would be highly pissed off if a woman manipulated my son into sex and used him like that, because I know First of all, it's going to be a long time before we find somebody like that again, because what she knows physically to do, come on, man, his girls that he would meet wouldn't know how to do that unless she's really whack. I mean, come on, guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? Or come on, ladies. Oh, I hope I got enough ladies watching. Ladies, you understand what I'm saying? The things that this girl could do, this woman can do to a 15-year-old or 17-year-old is drastically different than what we would like to imagine happening between him and somebody his age. So there's going to be mental fallout to this, guys. You got to stop thinking with your small head, think with your big head, right? So that's why I'm like, no, she deserves a harder, stiffer punishment. She does. That's rape. And if a guy did it, he wouldn't be looking at no 2 years and go to jail every other weekend. Come on, man. If a guy, look. Jared right now, see how I'm tied up? For instance, Jared right now, he had sex with a 17-year-old, okay? Look at his life. He living at 5 to 12 years, plus 5 years probation, plus paying $1.4 million. She had sex with a boy 2 years younger than the girl that Jared had sex with, and she's looking at 2 years every other weekend. This justice system. You feel me? It's not right, man. It's totally not right. There's no fair balance here. Get it? There is no justice. This is not justice. This is injustice, is what it is. This ratchet thought, old coyote, right? She need to be thrown under the bus. She need to be locked up for 5 years, just like Jared should be locked up for at least 5 years. You understand? Even longer, because the person she slept with was even younger. Come on. Parents are upset. Parents not happy. Dad said, hey, we only lived an hour away. I mean, we were only a mile away. If we know what was going on, we would have stepped in and did something to her. They didn't know. Listen, let me read a little bit more. She says, I was the adult and I'm sorry. Shatuk said through tears before she was sentenced. See, that's what she's going to do. She's going to cry. See, Jared ain't going to cry. He don't get up there and take it like a man. She up there crying. That's why she got them little lightweight charges. Crying. I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have slept with him. Nasty ass. All right. She was arrested on charges of third-degree rape, unlawful sexual contact, and giving alcohol to minors. A plea deal later reduced the charge to a less serious rape offense. Police say she performed oral sex on a boy, a minor, over Labor Day weekend at a Bethany Beach home. This is what the parents said. What she did to my son is heinous. That's what I read. Heinous. The fact she paraded her pedophilia in front of her own son is even more disturbing. See? She did exactly what these little ratchet soccer moms do. She slept with a friend of her son's and let her son know what she was doing. You gonna bring Jerry over? I'm just saying, I like when you guys spend time together. Nasty shit. Nasty. She should get sentenced the same way Jared does. And see, that's what's wrong with our justice system. We don't have any checks and balances. Some people get punished more, some get punished less. There was a sister, a black woman, who I remember doing a story on months ago, right? She had sex with, she was like a tutor. She tutored a student and ended up doing the same thing with a kid. They threw the book at her. They gave her like 30 years, y'all. 30! No equilibrium, no fairness. The scales, look, man, Lady Justice, she's looking all the time. She peeking. She looking the whole time. It ain't evil. I mean, it ain't equal. It's not equal. It's unequal. It's unequal. All right? And I'm tired of it. Personally, I'm tired of it. This is just one example. One example. All right, we're almost done, guys. We're gonna go to the phone lines just so you guys know. Let me remind you guys of the phone lines. The phone number is 323-870-4064. All right. I hope more people are actually tuned in, man. I mean, or willing to call in. Remember, you can talk about whatever, but I would at least consider talking about a subject that we talked about, just so people know what you're talking about. But hey, we can talk about other things too. All right. Check this out. All right. Last story, man. Last story. Our most disturbing story. Probably the story that's got most people watching, because we knew about Jared, right? I mean, we kind of broke on Jared, right? It's Josh Duggar, right? And it brings up the whole thing of hypocrisy from these fundamentalist people, right? People who like to go around telling you what you should believe, that you're not a person of substance, that you lack morality, that you don't know how to control yourself. You're going to hell. You can't do that. Those people, you know them. The ones who you can just ask them, how's your day going? And they got to bring God in it. How you doing today? Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored. Where your wife at? Them people. Look, I am not saying that everybody's like this guy, Josh. But what I'm saying is a lot of stories I cover, I could do a lot of stories on this if I really wanted to, because there's a lot of it going on. Every time I turn around, it's the guy who wants to tell you, you can't do that, and how he's condemning gays and condemning any type of action that he said don't fit into the book is caught doing something. Sorry, guys, still fighting my cold. I know you. Excuse me. Jared, not Jared. They both start JJ. Creepy and Creepier. Y'all saw my thumbnail, right? Creepy and Creepier. Like Dumb and Dumber, but creepy and creepier. Jared's creepy. Josh Duggar's creepy. I don't know which one's who's creepier. Jared's creepy, I guess, because pedophilia. That makes you creepier. I'm sorry. But this guy's still creepy, man. And he's a hypocrite. Now look, Ashley Madison, you guys know, Mike. Ashley Madison, life is short, cheat. Or life is short, have an affair. Life is short, get shot in the ass. Life is short, wake up with your throat slit. Life is short, don't make me have to shoot you and the kids. You know, because that's what happens, man. This site is the devil. Right? Like something evil. Something created that was evil. That site is evil. Who can say that site ain't evil? That site is evil, man. There is no redeeming quality to a site that's set up for people to sneak around. Come on, man. Now, it's one thing if you sneak around. It's another thing to having a site specifically made for you to do it. It's like they're not even disguising it. They're saying, yes, this site is for you to cheat. Not for you if you're just a swinger. Not for you if that's just your lifestyle and you have an agreement. Well, see, this is where I come up, man. Look, Josh is shitty, not just because he cheated on his wife, but because he's a hypocrite. But this is my thing. I'm not going to put my morality on you, but I will say this, right? Had the balls to say what you are and say what you want. All right? Had the balls to do that. Had the balls to say, you know what, this ain't working. I'm about to go out here and do this. I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go do this. Josh couldn't do that. And he's the same guy who wants to show up and tell you what you're not going to be able to do because of what your lifestyle is. Hypocrisy. Pure hypocrisy, folks. But, this is something I didn't touch on the video. I want to say. Well, I touched on it, but I ain't going in depth. Kept the video short. This is longer. Check it out. Josh Duggar's parents made him the man he is today. Josh Duggar his parents made him the man he is today. And there's somebody I want to bring up before I forget. I had to write that down, okay? Because we know the backstory about Josh, right? Besides the fact he worked at the Family Research Council, right? Right? That, you know, this organization based in D.C. that's all about family values and keeping the family together and against same-sex marriage, all these things, right? Okay. Besides, he's a big hypocrite because that's organization he heads up. He's the face of that organization. Tony Perkins, you never call it back at me, Tony. What's up, Tony? Tony Perkins, he's also works for Fox News here in D.C., local affiliate. He's also part of that organization. That's okay, Tony. I feel you, though. I'm not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't get along with everybody. I'm really a outspoken type guy, and I can understand if I'm going to turn you off a little bit. But I have levels. I have layers. Holler at a brother. I'd love to come on the channel and talk about some stuff. All right? Always plugging along. So I'm not talking about Josh in the realm of just being a hypocrite based on that organization, right, that he headed up. But his past with molesting his sisters. Now, in my video, I said he molested 3 of his sisters. Actually, I heard the number's 4. He molested 4 sisters of his. Now, you know he's from a family of 19, and I brought that up in the video that's the dysfunction. How selfish is it to have 19 kids? Well, you can have any kids you want. Tim Black, who the hell are you to tell me? Shut your punk ass. Listen, it's hard. It's difficult to give a child everything that child needs. Child needs love, support, right? Attention. Love, support, attention, reinforcement, positive reinforcement, sometimes discipline, correction, all these things, right? Feeling of safety, financial support, all these things a child needs that you should be obligated. You should feel like, life ain't right, man, because I'm not giving this to my child. You should feel like totally off balance. You shouldn't be asleep at night, right? If you're not providing your child with these things. How could you say with a straight face, look at me, how could you tell me that you're able to do that for 19 children? How could you say you could do that for 19 human beings? That you could give all of them enough attention where they could actually become functional and be fine in life and you not have any regrets. And it not be about you, but about them and their best interest. Okay? See, I think when you have that many kids, look, for me, anybody who has more than 5 kids, unless you had some triplets in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and say 8. Okay? I'm gonna say 8. 8. Anybody has more than 8, because you can have 4 and say, okay, then you end up with quadruplets or something. It can happen, right? Okay. But I'm saying intentionally, if you have over 5 kids and you having them one at a time, you are selfish, because I do not believe that you believe wholeheartedly that you know without a shadow of a doubt that you're going to be able to give that child everything that child needs. And what happens? That child becomes a drain on society. That child does not function well. That child does not get what it needs because you did not give it opportunity, because you couldn't give it the attention that child needs. Y'all hear me talking? Y'all hear me? Y'all feel where I'm going with that? And I think you having more children than that, more than 4 children, is a selfish act. I think that's just what you want. You no longer care about what the child needs. You're talking about what you want, not what you need, because you don't need 18 kids. You don't need 15 kids. You don't need 12 kids. You don't need 10 kids. You don't need 9, 8, 7, 6, or 5. You want 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids. Want is different than need. And what the children needs, not just wants, needs from you, you won't be able to provide because you just stretch too thin. What are you, member of the Fantastic Four? Come on, man. There's no way you're able to stretch like that across all them kids and take care of them kids and give them all the supervision that they need. So Josh Duggar, when he molested his sisters, he should have been reprimanded. He should have been handled. He should have been in therapy. And not only that, those daughters need to be in therapy. We didn't even talk about that side of the game. I didn't even talk about that in the video. What about the daughters? The daughters needed all types of attention after that ordeal. All right? So that's what made Josh the piece of crap that he is, the walking feces with feet that he is. The mouth of lies, of hypocrisy was made by his parents not giving him the attention he needed. I firmly believe that. What do I got to base it on? Just my opinion. Just based on what I looked at the story, what I found out looking at the story. I think it's selfish as hell. Now, I want to talk about Megyn Kelly. And I know what you think. You think, Tim, what the heck does Megyn Kelly have to do with the Duggars? This is what they have to do with it. When the Duggars went on Fox News and got an interview, the parents went and they talked about Josh, about the world finding out about Josh and the molestation. Megyn Kelly was the interviewer. Can you believe this? Check this out. Check this out. Megyn Kelly took it so easy on these parents, you thought they were talking about the weather. Megyn Kelly was so nice and gentle and polite and courteous. Didn't cut them off one time. Didn't hold their feet to the fire at all when they gave vague answers. And we're talking about molestation of 4 girls and a perpetrator, a boy, a teenage boy. Oh, he was just a child. He was a child, but he did what he did. He knew what he was doing. So you mean you could burn down a house with people in it and kill him? He said, well, he's just a child. No, he knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. There's ramifications to it. All right, but back to Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly let these parents get off with vague answers, not explaining why they didn't report it, why they didn't do more, what their reaction was, and come up with crap like, well, we had a good talking to him and really talked to him and really was stern in our conversations with Josh, and we really explained it, and I just told him, you can't do that. Then we had him meet with a family friend, and the family friend talked to him, and he went over there for a while, and he had him put him to work in the yard, and they talked. What? You're talking about fondling your sisters. We're talking about incest and rape, molestation, sexual assault on 4 girls. And you mean to tell me your child, your daughters, and all you did was let a conversation happen? All you did was conversate about it? That's it? That's the extent of your reprimand? That's the extent of punishment? And then you wonder why Josh doesn't respect women and why Josh would cheat on his wife and why Josh would be such a hypocrite? Josh is a sexual deviant. He showed you he needed help. He needed help when he was 15. He needed help before that, before he molested. He needed help. You didn't give him help because you were too busy burping and changing diapers for the other 10 kids. You lousy excuses for parents. And that's what Megyn Kelly should have said. But Megyn Kelly was too busy kissing ass, just mwah, mwah. But you know what? When she had Donald Trump on the stage, she grilled him. Oh, yeah, she crucified Donald Trump. And I know some people going, so what? I'm glad. Listen, it's hypocrisy. She grilled Donald Trump for making jokes about Rosie O'Donnell. Everybody makes jokes about Rosie O'Donnell, especially if Rosie O'Donnell makes jokes about you. Donald Trump and Rosie O'Donnell went back and forth making jokes about each other, cutting each other down, calling each other names, and Megyn Kelly acted as if Donald Trump had molested Rosie O'Donnell. Now, I don't know Donald Trump, nor do I know his sex life or his ability or his libido or none of that. I'm just saying. But I got a feeling there is no way Donald Trump could actually molest or sexually assault Rosie O'Donnell. Not physically or verbally. Not really anyway. Megyn Kelly is scumbag. She's a piece of crap. She's part of the machine of propaganda is what I'm saying. She exposed herself, man. Go back and look at that interview between Megyn Kelly, right? Megyn Kelly and these 2 parents, the Duggars. Ugh. Look at the interview and you tell me. Then go look at the primary debate with Donald Trump and how she was skewering him and raking him over the coals for words. For words. And tried to say that Donald Trump didn't care about women and Donald Trump had contempt for women just because he said some things about Rosie O'Donnell and would not let him off the hook. And then when Donald Trump went at her on Twitter about it, people were defending her. They defended her. That's what I'm saying. Megyn Kelly's scumbag, man. And I'm not defending Donald Trump. I'm just defending right and wrong. All right? I told you I don't trust politicians. I don't care who they are, whether they be novices or veterans. And to my man, Stinger Nuke God, you my boy, I wish I could reply to your post. I will tell you this, sir. The fact that your cousin or uncle is a mayor or whatever he is, and you saying, well, I can't trust him now because he's a politician, right. You shouldn't trust him. Yes, do not trust politicians. They are told their job is to please their constituency. That's their job, whatever block that is. Now, if you happen to fall on the side of that block, if what you want happens to be on the side of that voter block that they need, you might be very happy with whoever that politician is. But if you happen to be on the minority side of what that block, the most influential block, And usually it's the block with the money, the dinero, right? The moolah, the Benjamins, right? The poor, whether it be special interest or whatever. If you happen to be on the wrong side of that, you will lose. All right? That's how the game is played. Don't come and tell me, don't try to tell me I'm wrong about that when you know it's right. You know it's right. A politician is an employee of the people or an employee to the special interests that pay his salary. Now, I don't know where you work at, but you have a boss, I'm pretty sure. And those people that employ you have you do their bidding. Why you think politicians are different escapes me. Oh, they're called by God. God has chosen a politician to run for office. Come on, man. All right, I'm on a tangent. I don't need to go on a tangent. But that's what I think about Judge Duggar. That's why I say the parents are guilty. That's why I say Megyn Kelly is crap, right? I never liked her ever since the Christmas thing anyway. But this really did it for me. This right here is not even being emotional about making up a Santa Claus got to be white thing. Forget that. That's stupid. We don't care. I don't care. I'm Santa Claus. You know, I'm Santa. All right. Anybody coming down my chimney. All right. My 6-year-old is going to learn this year. All right. I'm talking about that stuff. But this year, I will tell him, hey, man, Santa Claus, come on, bro. Pound it out. Pound it out. Pound it out, Chase. Pound it out. Uno, nuno. Pound it out. A la Martin Lawrence. I break some shit? Hope not. Okay, so that's why I come up on that. But this situation with Megyn Kelly gave me another view that's totally like I'm separated from it. I'm not a Donald Trump fan like that. No, I don't. You know, I'm not. I just like the fact he's making news. I like the fact he's shaking things up. I like that. You know what? I can like that if I want to. I don't think he's going to be here with time for the general election. I don't believe it. I don't believe he's going to be here for the real nomination of the Republican Party. When we're finding out who's going to win the Republican nomination, I don't think he's going to be in the race, okay? That's just how I feel about it. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys who feel differently. I don't. I think he's going to be out of there, dude. I don't think he really wants to do that job. He's a businessman. He ain't got time for doing that crap. That's how I feel about it, all right? All right. So, okay, phone number is 323-870-4064. You can talk about the Duggars. You can talk about Jared. You can talk about the cheerleader who molest that boy and don't get no time. And we can talk about the 10 worst and the 10 worst or whatever, Bill Cosby or whatever, all right? Let me go over here and look at my phone lines, man. Phone lines are now open. See what we got, man. You'll never find. Then please don't do that no more. Please don't sing, man. Please don't sing no more, man. I like you, but you got to stop singing, bro. All right. All right. Well, you know, it is what it is, man. Oh, you know what? I meant to do this. Let me go. I wonder if y'all can hear the music, man. And let me jump back here since I'm waiting on phone calls. I don't see any phone calls at the moment. Hey, guys, if you got a smartphone, you want to talk about something, just call up, say hello. That's cool too, man. Check this out. Check this out. I want to see if any of these apps are working. I got a Q&A app. Did anybody ask questions? Questions. There we go. Let's do this. Maybe they don't ask a question. Maybe he'll look at it. There we go. What's up, Bill? Wild Academy. Strontium X nitrate. Surefire way to get away with let me try that again. Strontium X nitrate. Yeah, calm down, Tim. Strontium X nitrate says a surefire way to get away with rape. Be a female. Yeah. That appears to be true, my brother. Come on, man. For some reason, they think that women can't be disgusting. You know what? There are a lot of disgusted women. There are a lot of perverted women. There are women that do, you know what? Go to a women's prison. Just visit. Watch some footage of something. Talk to some ex-convicts that are women. Women are nasty as hell too, okay? I don't know why you think, you know what it is? It's the lies. It's these made-up fantasies, these fables that are told about society that people buy into. I've known some ratchet women. I'm sure if you've been around, you know some ratchet women. Women can rape and women can do some nasty, degrading things, especially to children, okay? All right. In fact, More women abuse children. Now, I know more women take care of children. I understand that. But that don't change the numbers, do it? Okay? It's true. All right? It's what it is. But we know reason why, though, right? But a lot of women, let's just put it this way. A lot of women abuse children. All right. Cool. Your thoughts? Let me see this one. Your thoughts on Donald Trump? That's by my man, Wild Academy. Hey, man, you just heard me, Wild. That's my guy, man. He asked me a question. This is a while back on the thread I saw. But anyway, I ain't gonna bring that one up. Because I will answer it if you ask it again. But I don't really want to touch it right now. Okay, so you know my thoughts on Donald Trump, right? Look, man, I'm glad he's in the race. I know a lot of people don't agree with that. You know what? I don't care you don't agree with it. You know what? There are people, most people, outside of the little clique that you may hang with on YouTube or your friends or whatever, I don't know. There are a lot of people. There's an over-indexing of people on the internet, particularly YouTube, right, who care about who care about the election at this point already. Most people do not care about the election at all, okay? My mom, who doesn't vote, brought up Donald Trump to me the other day. That's the only person she even knows in this thing. Donald Trump and Hillary. That's it. That's all it is, dude. I know you love who you love, you like who you like, or whatever. But Donald Trump has brought a focus to this primary that would have never been there so early. Donald Trump is doing that. So as much as you don't like him, you got to respect the fact that the guys bring attention to issues. Now, someone said, Tim, talk about the immigration thing. I don't know what he said. He said something about Hispanics and immigration recently, like a plan. I don't know if it was a pathway to citizenship or what, but I don't know. I shudder to think what the hell Trump said about a pathway to citizenship. You need to go this way. In America, we need you out of here. Whatever, right? I can't do it. I got a cold, man. I could do it a little bit, but not really. I wonder what Trump said about immigrants who want to become citizens. I got a feeling it wasn't nice, right? Probably something like over my dead body, or if you can pry the gun out of my cold dead hand, or something, right? All right. Santa Claus, what's up, man? Okay, let me jump over and see if I got a phone call, man. I got all these windows going on, man. Okay. No phone calls, guys. So look, like I always tell you, man, I only keep the show going as long as I need to keep it going. I don't keep it going any longer. So, you know, I've talked about everything. I felt that I wanted to cover this session. And I'm strong. I feel very strongly about that Josh story, all these stories. Look, guys, work with me. I'll work with you. If you have some things going on that you want to promote, let's work together. Let's promote together. Let's build, let's build together. Hey, I'm in this to win it. I'm here for the long term. I'm not going anywhere. That's why I created other channels on YouTube. I have, excuse me, Tim Black Unleashed. I have the other Tim the Bartender channel. And I got a couple other channels like, DC Trending, News Trending. Just in case something happens with this channel, I can pivot to other channels. I'm here to stay. My goal is to get my own radio show. My goal is to be on XM radio, or my goal is to be on TV, cable TV. My goal is, look, to the moon or bust. What is it? Get rich or die trying. You know what I'm saying? More than get rich. It's not about the money, right? I need money to sustain myself. It's not about money, dog. It's about me being able to do what I want to up my equipment. I want to up my product. But you know what? More than that, I want to up my game at what I'm doing. I want to become better and better. And if you watch my last 3 videos or so, I think I got better, guys. I think I've been able to make sure my message is a little bit better. So look, I don't want to go on and on about what I'm trying to do. You guys know what I'm trying to do. That's probably why you're watching. All I'm saying is I'm willing to work with you. This is a long-term investment of what I'm trying to do. If you got something going on, holler at me at timstake2@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter at TimBartender, and let's make it happen, man. Let's work together. I got one more song. Okay. Hope that's not too loud. I don't think it is because I got this condenser mic. I'm pretty loud on that. Well, maybe it is a little bit. This one got a little bit of bass, don't it? There we go. Think y'all hear that. But that's it, man. All right, man. You know what? Maybe it's a blessing because tomorrow, my son, he plays football tomorrow. We got a 45, 50-minute drive. We got to be there an hour early. The game, we got to be there at 8. You know what I mean? I got to get up. I haven't eaten anything. I got to get rid of this cold, man. I got to be at the top of my game to perform for you guys and make it hot. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. I appreciate y'all. Much respect. I want to be your truth teller. Tim Black, truth teller. Keeping it real. Next time.